Having both of you come together on the show wasn't by accident. It wasn't like, you know what, that'll be a good idea, I'm just gonna have them. For some reason, when I think about aggressive Christian music, I don't think of someone just trying to act tough. I think of someone like, he's ready for battle. He's ready to fight. You know what I mean? And you guys want to encourage other Christians to be that way because, again, kind of tying this back to what I said earlier, and this might be false. So I think part of the reason why this last phase of Christian hip hop kind of is falling out is because Christian men were told to just not be aggressive. Just say, hey, you know what, and don't get me wrong, we ought to be gentle and everything like that. Like I'm not saying we shouldn't be those things, but it's one of those things where I think we have this persona of what a Christian man is, and then when we go to hip hop with it, that's why people call it corny and things like that, because like you don't think of a Christian man being aggressive or in your face if they need to be, and but if you look at the life of Christ, bro, like he was anything from a daisy, like he was. I mean, he saw a big crowd and he went right in the middle of it and told them all off, and then
whitewash spoon, brood of vipers, flipping tables, like
yeah,
sweet man.
Hey, we the Matthew 23 rappers.
Yeah. There we go. So anyways, I mean, the more we see guys like you, who aren't afraid to for one share truth, and not only that, but like you guys aren't just all bark. You guys are out there like actually willing to. All right, let's talk about this then. Like, don't run. Like, okay, you got my attention, and I've seen Dana do this a couple times. Debating.
I'll pull up, dude. Like more than once. Like he called me a couple times, and I'm like, "What's up? Then let's debate this out."
Okay, so that's what I'm talking about.
We're trying to debate too, and it's like I don't care who you are.
Yeah,
let's debate this, man. You're wrong. Sorry.
But the point is that there's guys like him who kind of punk people around, and aren't willing to, like it's just one of those things where I think the last 10 years or maybe longer, I don't know, it seems like Christian guys or Christian men have been told just to calm down, don't be aggressive. It's not, like pick your battles, which all that's true, by the way. I'm just saying, but they want to take it to an extreme where we can't fight back.
I think if I can jump in on that too, man.
Go ahead.
I think, I think it's just the American church way as a whole, like.
Yeah.
Loving and gentle, and that's being like Jesus, the end, as if Jesus didn't show other sides of him as well. And I think a lot of times the world, at least in American culture, they're so used to Christians being quiet and backing down and taking the disrespect. And I think realistically, a lot of Christians, one, don't know the scriptures like that to be able to debate people. But they also don't study like apologetics. That's not really like, that's not focused on in most churches. How do you argue this? Or how do you know what I mean? And so I think, one, a lot of Christians back down for those reasons. But then even in my debates with people and interactions, whenever I push back, they're so caught off guard that I actually had a response.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a lot of these, especially in the universities and all these things, like they're like they'll have a super straw man argument or whatever, like little thing they got, and they think I've shut down the whole Christian worldview. So the minute you can flip that on them,
exactly,
you're like.
And
then they get mad at you because you're not supposed to argue because you're being supposed to act. And
exactly.
When they become experts on Christianity, how Christians are supposed to conduct themselves.
No, but you know what about that, man? But about what you're saying right there about that, right? About being quiet. This is what I loved about when I came across Greg Bonson and Durbin and White.
Yep.
Like, okay, like if you're gonna respond and then insult me at the end. Well, I'm gonna do the same thing back to you. Like I'm gonna give you some real medicine, pretty much.
Right.
And you answer a fool according to his folly, right? So I love how they got that approach, and said Christians, Christian men, it's okay to do this. And I say Christian men and women, it's okay to do this. Whenever like you don't have to be a punching bag. You could.
Yeah, and I mean, you even see in Acts Paul as the Areopagus, like he was debating these dudes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And a lot of churches now say, "Oh, if you're debating, you're not being like Jesus."
Yeah,
man.
Paul says, "Follow me as I follow Christ."
Stuff, dude. Man, I've heard that same stuff. They're like,
yeah.
They always try to get me to stop, and I'm like, they're like, well, how many people have you brought to Christ doing that? And you know what I say? All of them. It's not all of them because it's not in my hands anymore. You know like it was never in my hands to begin with. I brought all of them to Christ by doing that.
Yeah.
Just by putting that out there, there you go.
Yeah.
Right.
Now it's not in my hands anymore; it's in theirs.
Yeah.
So they
that's
always
cool.
say that, and like I'm gonna say none of them.
Yeah.
I guess whatever. American Christianity just ruined everything. It's from that American Christianity, and they think, oh, since I'm a Christian, I got to put on my Christian outfit, my uniform, and this is what I do, and I'm a Christian. How does a Christian act? How's a Christian act? Okay, this is how a Christian acts.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So for a long time, I didn't like Christians, but then there's this new, just like you're talking about. There's this new generation or movement or uprising coming, where I'm like, oh, there's other people like me that actually, and they're studying, and people are studying, and people are getting it, and they're learning the truth of how, like, you knocked it out the park, Regenerate, straight up. Like, everything you said is exactly how I think. It's exactly how I think. The love nonsense. Yeah, he's love. Sure he is. But that's not all he is. So stop making this build a Jesus in your head, and that's all he is, and we got to be like that. Nah. Every time the Pharisees ask him a question, what do you do? Snap back, clap back, done, see you later. And they couldn't respond because he had something slick to say to him every single time. And then Matthew 23, he just was like, hey, what's up? You want to see a hammer? Bam, bam, bam. Just pounding them, you know what I'm saying? So that is what we do in hip hop. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No,
Sorry,
apologize.
If I'm saying controversial things, like I don't like Christians, I don't mean it like that. But you know what I mean? Those Christians bother me because they rep us wrong and they ruined our name. You know what I'm saying? Because then they look at me and then they say, oh, you're a Christian? You don't seem like one. See how that works? I don't seem like one because you're thinking of people in your head that were mean to you or that said some stupid stuff. Well, I ain't like that. You know why? Because I know I'm a sinner. They don't act like they are. And that's the problem, is that I'll tell people straight up and be like, yeah, I'm a sinner. Why else do you think I'm a Christian? Because I need Christ to save me because I suck.
Yeah.
So that's just the way it is. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, it's all
I'll cut myself off.
It's all good, man. It's all good. No. I mean, bro, trust me. I invited you on knowing how you are, so don't apologize to me. It's fine.
Right. I'll get myself in trouble.
But yeah, man. So anyways, I want to show another song if you guys don't mind.